Hi, everybody. Tim Baker's my name, and I'm the author of a new book, Unlocking Employee Potential. And in that book, I talk about a world without work. And over the last decade, there's been this massive debate about whether or not AI is going to be taking our jobs. And the conventional wisdom around that was that, yes, AI will continue to cannibalize people's jobs, but ultimately it'll also create jobs. So we'll still have a world with work, even though, of course, it'll be a completely different world. But economist from Oxford, Daniel Susskind, in his book, A World Without Work, puts an extremely powerful case that ultimately AI will cannibalize all work and that we'll actually be living in a world without work, which is a pretty sobering thought, I'm sure you'd agree. And I wonder how much validity is in that argument. Is AI actually replacing jobs? My argument is that AI is not replacing jobs per se, but what AI is doing is it's doing a lot of the tasks that we do in our jobs. So instead of replacing jobs, it's replacing many of the tasks that we do in jobs. And what will ultimately happen, perhaps, is that those tasks will continually be taken over by AI. And we'll get to a situation where perhaps the rate of growth of AI and its involvement in the tasks that we do will be such that there won't be enough work for us to be doing in the end. Now, AI doesn't have to think like human beings to replace human beings. I think this is a bit of a misnomer. AI, because it can crunch such a large volume of data, is in a position where it can make better judgments than human beings right now. This is not something in the future. For example, eye surgeons can look at an examination of the eye and make a judgment about the diseases that a person may have or will likely have in the future. Well, a smart machine can do that more accurately right now. And the reason for that is that they can crunch millions and millions of cases of data in a very short amount of time. And they can come up with conclusions that we human beings can't. So we are living in a world where AI is making better judgment calls on data than we humans, even with decades and decades of experience. So I wonder whether Daniel Susskind is correct. I wonder if we will actually be living in a world without work. So it's an interesting thought. And if you'd like to know more about this, grab a hold of my book, Unlocking Employee Potential, a new focus for HR.